Hello, Connective. Welcome back. If you're new to my channel, welcome. Subscribe, comment, and like without smashing anything, and let's get into this energy. This is a collective reading for Sagittarius. Sagittarius, I did your reading last month with the others, and aliens came down and abducted your reading. So we're going to have to do another one. So I've already pulled cards from the Akashic Tarot deck for your overall energy and supporting energy. And we got jumpers, we didn't pull. And we got jumpers for, that's interesting. I got jumpers for your, I got a spiritual awakening deck, and I put the overall energy and the supporting energy together in the supporting energy. What's that about? Yeah, that goes up here. Okay. So right now I'm with the Energy Oracle deck right now. As soon as we get these cards to come out, I'll go over those other cards with you and what I see so far. But yeah, we would like for the Energy Oracle to give us a little help here. Okay. Okay. And clarifying what exactly is going on with this reading. I'll tell you what I see so far. The overall energy, sometimes when it's coming out, it's not clear as to whether or not that's your energy or somebody else's. So we are in the same situation here with this reading right now. Oh, come on, really? What is that? What is that? Oh, wow. Okay. Nobody got this many energy cards. Let's see what's going on with this. All right. Oh my God. Okay. Okay. Wow. Okay. You guys got a little bit more going on than the other signs. First of all, you're the third sign to get door to personal healing and happiness. So there's that. Wow. All right, so fourth chakra, Archangel Raphael was on the table. I want to say it was on the table earlier, or heart chakra. One of the other signs got it. We also have the third chakra, Archangel Chamuel, so power center, solar plexus. So we have our solar plexus and our heart. And then we have, oh, I didn't see that. So we also have woman holding a coin, which we did get before, but we also have woman holding a heart, which before we had man holding a heart. We always say it doesn't matter, man, woman. Wow, we're gonna have to move these over. Okay, so we'll put the angels together. We'll put the women together. Again, could be a man, a woman, could be a heart, could be a coin, could be holding anything. Then we're going to put the doors together. So we've got, well, technically it's a door. So we've got the door to personal healing and happiness. I think I said that one came out too. And then we also have adjacent possibilities. You guys are the only ones that got this one. To me, as far as I'm concerned, this is a door full of doors, or a bunch of doors, okay? Then we have the temple path, which is the spiritual awakening, which is also up there. We're doing this and then we'll do those. It's a little bit better though, because I wasn't sure. I mean, I saw spiritual awakening on there, but I wasn't 100% sure because I couldn't tell if that was you or them. And now we have temple path, so it very well could be you. So we also have walking away, and we have financial constraints. So obviously some stuff we're trying to work on here to get to wherever it is that we're trying to go. But this temple path is definitely spiritual awakening, and which brings us to this overall energy of this reading right now. So right now for the Akashic deck, we have, let's do the actual persona first. So, well, they both are, but the divine physician is the one that's really screaming the loudest. So this divine physician is like basically either probably you moving towards like healing again, like personal healing and happiness. But it could also be you moving towards healing to be a healer, or this could be a healer coming towards you if this is not you, kind of a thing. And then we also have the Muse, which is the inspiration to become the healer. So again, the person is either coming to inspire you to be the healer, or they come and inspire you to heal. Something like that is going on with these two cards up here, the overall energy. And then we have the law of tithing, which is expand your consciousness and all things will be added, is what this is what the description says on the card. The card itself is like, it's like when you put energy into your spiritual progress, it's returned to you tenfold. So it's that concept of, you know, putting 1/10 of your energy to your spiritual awakening and having your entire life open up. Okay, so this is the overall energy of your actual reading. So again, whether or not you're the divine physician or not, you still have this Muse here, and you still have this, hey, put time into your spiritual stuff and you'll get it back tenfold, right? So that's the overall energy. And for the supporting energy for the Akashic deck, we have this summer winter card, which is like the Five of Forces, which is like kind of like the I think it's the Five of Swords energy. It might be water. No, it's not water. This is not water. Okay, so there's this energy right here, this summer winter card. It's supposed to be like upright it's summer and upside down it's winter kind of thing. This card came out upright. But the way that I did see it was kind of like the summer winter explanation, which is as we're starting to come out of winter right now, it's like the beginning of the time that you have to affect the change that you want. So in other words, if this is about you and someone else is going to come in and be the Muse for your healing, it kind of like is starting now. The timing card for this, for it to be in full force or to be like sort of ending, is the summertime. And for some of you, it could be starting in summer if you're on like a different, if you're not as far ahead as some of the people that might be identifying with this reading. So it's either going to be like right now is when it's beginning, or it's going to start in summer. And then this other card for the spiritual awakening cards, that's your supporting energy. This is the law of individualization. Shine your unique light bright. So this card kind of tells me that if you are the one that's healing, like you almost need to be reminded of, I was going to say, of who you are, sort of, in the sense of how special you are or how unique you are, or, you know, maybe to the point of preparing you to be that healer, what a good healer you might be. Or it could just be if someone else is helping you heal, to just help to remind you to keep working on that basically because of how special you are, right? And again, if this is healing for in a spiritual capacity, which it probably is if we have the temple path here, that, you know, putting in 1/10 of the work is going to get you all of the rewards. And what you put out there is what you're going to get tenfold. This, it's reminding you that it's not necessarily going to be grueling. What's probably happening though in your situation, whatever else is going on, we're going to pull some other cards here in a second, is through the possibilities and the doors that you have, there's certain things that either your power center and your heart could have been affected from anything in the past, whatever it is that you have to heal from. Could be a relationship, but it could be anything. And then you're kind of while you're trying to work through some of your beliefs about how things are, these things are being affected. So your heart could be affected, your power center could be affected, and then you just have your heart here again. And then you have the coin, so your money could be affected, and then you have financial constraints. So basically this walking away card is telling me that through any of the work that you're trying to do to like move forward to get where you need to go, that you're going to have to walk away from some things that are holding you back. And hopefully we'll get an idea of like what your blind spot is. Maybe that's something you need to walk away from. We'll pull the blind spot in the extended reading, but it could be anything that you need to walk away from. Some of this stuff and some of the readings, the theme that's been coming out lately has been that kind of like the things that people do to themselves, and you might need to be walking away from things that are keeping you from doing what you're trying to do. You know, just simply not realizing or recognizing the importance of you being an individual could be enough, kind of thing. So let's see what's going on. And of course, putting in the effort, the effort to get to your spiritual, to what you're trying to do. All right, so we have keep your temper. It's also kind of highlighting a past situation that I can't necessarily see. It's almost like I'm looking at you and the remnants of what you've brought with you out of whatever it is that has caused you to have financial constraints, and that aspect of needing that whatever needs to be walked away from. It's not here on the table. It could be anything. Yeah, you can't go back to yesterday. All right, let's finish going through one more time and then we'll put them away. Yeah. Okay. So we have keep your temper. Don't allow anger to rule you. There's a lot of reasons why that anger could be there. We have manage to be glad. Create your own happiness regardless of the conditions. This is a lot of times being glad you're out of it. We can sit there and hang on to, you know, stuff, be mad and hang on to situations and be sad and nostalgic. But, you know, here she is holding this skunk. Like, anyway. You can't go back to yesterday. Be in the present. So again, managing to be glad, you know, getting away, walking away from the past. We'll see what the financial constraints are doing here. Becoming braver. So we have experience, getting stronger, fresh perspective, resilience, fresh perspective. Actually, I'm going to put that down here. So for some of you, this might be like the very beginning. Here, let's pull the moons and see if we can get like an idea of what stage this is in. Some of you may not even know that that might be you up there, or somebody might be coming. You might not even be in that stage yet. If you don't, you might be right now contemplating your individualism. You might be contemplating how much work you put into things, even if it is a relationship, doesn't have to be spiritual, and what you're getting back. Realizing that if it's over already, if you're just now realizing and it's over, that you got off light, managed to be glad, how it could have really gone. And if you're nostalgic about it and you're realizing you can't go back to yesterday, you're still kind of realizing that there was something wrong with that situation, even if you don't necessarily know what it is right now. Sometimes we don't want to look at it. I think that's what the Becoming Braver card is. We're already out of it. I don't want to get hurt anymore. If you're holding on to something, you haven't walked away from it yet, you can't really get hurt anymore. It's still hurting you. All right, I'm going to do one more pass, and if nothing comes out, we're going to pull 3 cards. I think that's 3 cards. See? Hold on here. All right, what do we got? Yeah. All right. Full moon in Virgo, take inspired action. So there might be a Virgo involved, Sagittarius. So this is the end. This is like, we know what's happening. What else we got? First quarter moon in Pisces, honor your feelings. These are for the people that are just figuring this out. And first quarter moon in Capricorn, unleash your kindest self. This kind of tells me that you need to be kind to yourself, that you need to unleash your kindest self on yourself. Again, I'm kind of, if you're in it and this is just the beginning, then you do need to, in order to kind of see what is going on, you're going to have to become braver and take the look. If you're just figuring it out and you're realizing that you should have known, you should have seen it, there was telltale signs, maybe you lost a lot of money or you realized you should have walked away a long time ago, again, unleash your kindest self on yourself. It's not your fault for assuming that someone else, when you're coming in with your whole heart, it's kind of hard to see someone else who's not. It just is. Especially if you're not looking for that, right? You couldn't even go back and look for that and see it. It just wouldn't, you wouldn't see it. You were at that spot, right? Honor your feelings. Again, if this is you and you're just figuring it out, be easy on yourself, for the feelings that you have about it. So, trying to talk ourselves out of, oh, this isn't happening this way, or, feeling a certain way, but then not really allowing ourselves to feel a certain way is really detrimental. And it causes stuff like these financial constraints. It causes blocks to, like when we're trying to go to the temple path, and when we're trying to, the door to personal healing and happiness. And again, it's like we have healing on the table 3 times, right? Like we have this healer of the ages, this divine, what is this? He's not the healer of the ages, but he might as well be. The divine physician. And then we have the muse for the divine physician. So the prompting of the healing, or the encouragement of the healing, or the inspiration of the healing. And then we have the door, right? And then we have our heart and our heart. And of course, it's going to affect our power center when we're in stuff. And especially if it's like making us angry, if we buy into that and we let other people like rule our emotions, it's going to cause problems in other areas of our life. Not only are we going to have a hard time finding the temple path, but again, we're going to have financial constraints because that's where we put ourselves, right? We've allowed ourselves to go to a place where we're perpetuating stuff that we don't want to bring. We're getting upset. This is one of the few red cards that are in this deck, right? You have this cat. That's so funny. She looks kind of mad. In this card, she just looks pissed. Somebody did something to you that is causing you to have to heal, right? And it gets to the point sometimes where the healing itself can be scary enough to where we think it might be easier to go back, and we think do it again, but doing it again literally means doing it again. And it's not even in any way that really spares us. We don't get to have the same situation happen over that we're already prepared for. It's not like watching the same movie twice, right? This person the second time over comes up with all kinds of shenanigans and all kinds of other stuff. So even though we think we can go back to yesterday and like do it over, we're not really doing it over. We're just continuing whatever was there to the point where we would have wished we would have walked away when we had the chance, because usually the second time around when we think we're like doing it over, that person brings all kinds of new stuff that just drives us batshit, right? Becoming braver, managed to be glad, just walking away, just being like, you know what, you had a chance. I don't care how small or quick. I don't care if we had a chance, for 2 months out of the winter. I don't care. People make the decisions that they make when they deal with you. And then later on, when the consequences come, when you tell them, I'm sorry, you can't do this over again, then they see the ramifications of what they do. Meanwhile, they knew the whole time. And that's why if we don't honor our feelings and take inspired action, we just kind of get stuck in these situations. We don't go anywhere, right? We have all this stuff we're trying to do, and we're trying to bring, and we're trying to give, and we can't do anything with any of it because our significant other, the person that we want to do it with, or the person that we want to bring it to, isn't cooperating to the point where they're holding us back. These possibilities here, they're not possibilities. They're cut off. They're constrained until we can get a handle on things and either decide not to take this person with us or not to deal with us anymore. Again, becoming braver, just leaving it, and manage to be glad, knowing that we can't go back to yesterday, not getting upset about it because that's going to unleash a whole new, that's not healing, right? And then we have the amount of effort that we have to put in to get back. We're putting all this effort into this relationship. We're not getting crap back, right? We put a little bit into our spiritual awakening or into ourselves, and then we get this landfall back. It's a self-satisfaction. It's a growing. It's a healing. It's a change. It's a new thing. We get rid of our financial constraints. We just learn how to walk away. We see the progress, right? It's not this thing that we're just doing over and over and over again, that we're not really doing over again because we're just continuing what we did before, right? I really want to see what your blind spot is, Sagittarius. I think it's time to pull the blind spot. So if this is your reading, meet us over at the extended. I just want to leave you with something if this isn't. If this is not your reading, you do have a lot of stuff here on the table that you're going towards. Just remember to like follow your heart, right? Your kind of self, unleash your kind of self. Make sure you definitely unleash your kind of self on yourself. If someone else is irritating you, don't get mad. Unleash your kind of self on them. Realize that you cannot go backwards and you need to take inspired action to move forwards, because you need to walk away from this crappy stuff so that you can become what you need to become, which is this healer, or you can be available for this healer. You can heal your heart. You can help your power center out without having to, this person is always chipping away from it, especially if you're going towards this temple path. And again, we have this third healing, this door to healing and happiness. So we have healing, heart, and then this door to healing and happiness, and then a bunch of other doors that these mean people can't come with us. Remember to honor your feelings. All right, so if this is your reading, meet us over at the extended Sagittarius. The link will be in the description, and if not, until we meet again.